What's going on? In this video I'm talking about the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8 lens for Nikon cameras. Let's get right into the video. So throughout this video I'm going to be showing example photos that I've taken with this lens, and all these photos are taken with my Nikon D3100 camera, which I also have a review of on my channel. I'll link that in the description if you want to check that out as well. So right off the bat, this lens right now is $75 on Amazon with free Prime shipping, which sounds like an absolute steal for a 50mm f1.8 lens with autofocus. Now I do have some great things to say about this lens, but it also does have quite a few negatives, so definitely stay tuned and watch this whole video. So to start things off, like I said, this is about an $80 lens with autofocus. So if you have a kit lens with your Nikon camera and you're looking at purchasing a new lens to get maybe some portrait shots, or just to get maybe a wider aperture for low light shots, or better background separation, this lens is one of the best you can get for under $100. Especially being that Nikon's version of this lens is over $200. This Yongnuo is like a third of the price. And you can get some pretty amazing looking shots and some awesome background separation with this lens, and not to mention the insanely better low light performance versus a kit lens with your Nikon camera. So this lens really is capable of taking some awesome photos, and you really won't be disappointed if you pick this thing up. However, it is a really cheap lens, which means there's going to be issues and it's not going to be perfect. So this lens has a bunch of chromatic aberration. It's super noticeable in some images, especially at really wide apertures. And the thing about it is you're going to be wanting to use wide apertures with this lens because that's what it's meant for. It's meant for getting really good separation from your subject to the background. It's meant for portrait shots. It's meant for low light performance. So you're going to want to use the 1.8 or f2 aperture. But the issue is at those apertures, there's just so much chromatic aberration that sometimes it really just does not look good with your photos at all. And the other issue is that it really just isn't very sharp. Like, this thing will get the job done, and in some situations, and especially if you use this for content creation and, you know, putting photos on Instagram or Facebook, you might not really notice it. But when you zoom in on the photos or have it on a bigger screen, you can definitely notice that this lens is not very sharp at all. And I hate to say that because I really do love this lens, but it just is not a very sharp lens. Now this is totally understandable because this lens is 75 bucks. Like I said, about 1/3 of the price of Nikon's version of this lens. So you really can't expect this to be the perfect, sharpest lens, but it's just a little disappointing that it's just not very sharp and it has just an insane amount of chromatic aberration. So that being said, if you're a professional and if you're doing paid photo shoots, I just can't recommend this lens. You know, when you're a professional, when you're getting paid to do photo shoots, you want to have really sharp images. You don't want to have chromatic aberration on all of your edges and stuff. So if you're a professional, I wouldn't recommend this. I'd recommend picking up the Nikon 50mm f1.8 lens, which I'll also leave a link to that in the description. And if I haven't said it already, I will have a link to this Yongnuo lens in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase it through that link, I will get a small kickback at no extra cost to you. So I'd really appreciate the support if you did that. But again, it's totally up to you if you want to purchase this lens or not. But like I said, if you're a professional, I'd recommend sucking it up and spending some more money on a more professional lens. But for anyone else, if you're wanting to upgrade from your kit lens, if you want to do some content creation for Facebook or for Instagram, even for YouTube videos, at under $100, this is really just the best value accessory that you can get for your Nikon camera. Now I really don't have much else to say about this lens. This is going to be a super short video. I just really wanted to let you guys know about this awesome lens because it is so cheap and it takes really great pictures, especially versus the Nikon kit lenses, which really do not provide any depth of field and they don't really separate your foreground from the background. So for portraits, for product photography, for getting low light shots of any sort, this lens is seriously great, and I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope this really helped you out. Again, like I said, go click the link in the description to check out this lens on Amazon. And I'll go ahead and show a couple more example photos that I've taken with this lens with my Nikon D3100. And that's really gonna wrap this video up. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching this video. Also, we just hit 15,000 subscribers. That is unbelievable. So thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you in the next video.